Canadian card collector here, and welcome back to day 580 of your daily deck review. And today we got a pretty fun one, and it is the Jurassic Park playing cards from Ellusionist. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. As you can see, it's in the standard glossy finish tuck box here, and it has a little bit of like a glossy, raised, embossed kind of little texture. If I put in the light, it's a little bit hard to see because it kind of blends in to the tuck box there, but you can kind of see it there, like on the edges over here and all along here, that kind of texture that you can feel on the tuck box. Then you got the iconic Jurassic Park logo there in the middle. It says official playing cards. Then you kind of got the red stripes going down with that kind of greenish, kind of like camo-y, kind of like just like rustic kind of style there. Then it looks like you have some kind of little ink splat over here. On one side it just says official playing cards, and then it says Jurassic Park, and then it says style 29. On the other side it says established 93, Jurassic Park, and official cards here. On the bottom here you got the Ellusionist logo, you got the Universal logo with barcode and a little bit of corporate information there. These are made in Belgium, so they have that classic Cardamundi, they have the Cardamundi famous B9 stock there for the cards. Then on the back here, you got that same Jurassic Park logo, but you got like the raptor claws kind of scratching through it, so it makes a little bit of a hole inside the tuck box there. And you got that same red stripe with that kind of greenish kind of like design there. Then on the top, you just got the little T-Rex logo there, and that same red stripe that kind of wrap around the tuck box. And then for this tuck box here, it's kind of unique. You don't really see too many tuck boxes like this. It kind of opens from the top here, there. And the only example that I can kind of think of is kind of weird. It's a cigarette box, there, that kind of style, because I can't think of anything else, there. But then you got that little inner red kind of little flap, take the cards out of the box. Inside, just that plain white finish, nothing like too crazy there. Now let's look at the tuck box. Time to take a look at the cards. And first, as always, we'll start with the back design here. So here we have a pretty colorful back design. You got the little T-Rex, the logo there, and the circle design there. You got the little DNA there in the middle. Then you got the classic Jurassic Park gate there. You got a little long neck dinosaur. You got the T-Rex, Triceratops. You got the iconic car there, and some other dinosaurs there. And it is mirrored, so if you flip it over, same design in both directions. Except this is a mirror design like the back design, except for the border, because it's not like a completely white border. So as you can see in the top corner here, that has like the darkness, but in the bottom corners there's more light. So if I flip it over, it would be slightly different. So it is slightly a one-way back design, but the rest of it's pretty much mirrored except for the border there. But now for the cards here. Here we have the first Joker, which is Joker in the black colorway, and then you got Mr. DNA here on the front there. And then you got a second Joker, but slightly reversed colors here. And then it has the red font here for the Joker, and the back design just slightly different there. And then we got the Ellusionist little ad card here with that kind of more realistic picture of like a raptor. And then on the back, you got that kind of back design there. Not actually the back design of the cards, as you can see. Maybe they were hinting at a different back design or something. Or this was a different style they were thinking of. Who knows? And then you just got this little extra card with a T-Rex on it. It says, when dinosaurs ruled the earth. And then on the back, you just got that same back design. But now for the classic Ace of Spades here, it says Jurassic Park. You got the slightly custom font and suits there. And then you got that custom Ace of Spades. There was the classic mosquito in the amber there. And then you got that kind of amber like or orangey kind of border going around the spade. And for each card here, they all have that kind of like rusty kind of style background there. Not the like perfectly white background. So each back design is slightly different from one another. So they have a unique kind of like background. You get the slightly custom spade designs here. So definitely custom spades. And each of the back designs are slightly different from one another. Then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of spades here. And they're all different dinosaurs, like fossils or bones here. So we got, for the King, for the Jack here, we got a Dilophosaurus. And it tells you like what period they're from, the Jurassic period. And then we got, yeah, I'm not gonna pronounce that one there. You can just read that one yourself because some of these are. We got the Tyrannosaurus Rex for the king here, and we got the diamonds here with the slightly custom diamond design here, and all the different custom back designs here. And then we got the Jack, Queen, and King of diamonds here for the Jack here. We have another one that I can't really pronounce. And then for the Queen here, we got a Spinosaurus. Some of these I can pronounce, some of them I can't. And then for the King here, we got a Triceratops. And then we got the clubs here. Once again, 3 more dinosaurs. And then for the King here, we got Allosaurus. Then we got a Velociraptor for the Queen. And then for the Jack here, we got a something there. Some of these I can't pronounce, like I said. Then we got the slightly custom club design. And then lastly, we got the hearts, Jack, Queen, and King of hearts. And then for the King here, we got a something else. For the Queen, we have a Camptosaurus. And then for the Jack here, we have something else too. I can't pronounce that one either. And then we got the slightly custom heart designs as well. There. But now that we took a look at the cards, like I said, the stock and finish of these cards are the Cardomuni's famous B9 card stock. There, so they're slightly different from the classic bicycle deck that like everyone knows. There, and you can slightly see like the weave of the cards are slightly different. So it's always nice to test out different stocks finishes every once in a while. But they still spring fantastic. There's no like real stiffness to them, which is pretty nice. And they fan fantastic there. You got that kind of unique fan there with all the cards being slightly different like backgrounds. And you can see all the suits and pips, so they got a nice like fan and spread to them. And a super smooth Pharaoh. You got a nice colorful giant fan. And it is a slightly one-way backside, so if I was to shuffle it up, like riffle shuffle it, then they would slightly get mixed up, but you wouldn't really notice like too much. But if I was to fan it out, you can slightly see that it's slightly different, but like you wouldn't really notice like too much. But overall, they seem to feel pretty smooth in the hands, and they shuffle fantastic. So once again, as always, no real issues with the handling, and they look fantastic. So if you're a fan of Jurassic Park, then this is a fantastic deck of cards here with that fantastic back design with all the different little Easter eggs within it on the back design, and then the custom faces here, pretty simplistic like suits faces, but like they're still slightly custom. Then you got the custom court cards here with those like skeleton bones, which it tells you the type of dinosaur and what like age and the era it's from, like the period kind of period. Then you got the realistic kind of little ad cards there, which is pretty nice. So overall, fantastic deck of cards from Ellusionist once again. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 580 of your daily deck view, and this has been the Jurassic Park playing cards from Ellusionist. And I'm the King Character signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.